Good evening, everyone. We are doing the Teach Back number 3 presentations, and I will be doing question 211 through question 215. All right, so question 211, which model for health information exchange stores patient records in a single database built to allow queries into the system? A, federated, B, hybrid, C, centralized, or D, decentralized? The correct answer is C, centralized. So in a centralized health information exchange model, patient records are stored in a single centralized database, so therefore that is the correct answer. A federated model usually stays at the original source, such as a clinic, so therefore there is no central database. Hybrid models combine elements of a centralized database and federated model, so it does not match the definition of a single database. And lastly, decentralized is incorrect as there is no central repository created. Okay, moving on to question 212. Which of the following is an organization that develops standards related to the interoperability of health information technology? A, National Health Information Network, B, National Committee on Vital and Health Statistics, C, Health Level 7, or D, EHR Collaborative? So the correct answer here is C, Health Level 7. And this is because it develops standards for exchange, integration, and retrieval of electronic health information. So that is why it's the correct answer. A, National Health Information Network is incorrect because it was a U.S. government initiative to promote health information exchange, so it's not a standards developing organization. B, National Committee on Vital and Health Statistics is incorrect as it does make recommendations on health data policy, but it does not create technical standards. And then D, EHR Collaborative focuses on accelerating EHR adoption, therefore that answer is also incorrect. Question 213. A network made accessible to trusted individuals outside of the facility is called A, extranet, B, intranet, C, VPN, or D, LAN? The correct answer is A, extranet, because it is a private network that allows authorized external users, such as vendors or remote staff, to use. B, internet is incorrect because it is a private network accessible only to the organization's internal users. C, a VPN is a secure connection method used to access a private network remotely, but it is not an actual network, so that is incorrect. And then LAN connects to devices within a limited area, therefore that would also be incorrect. Moving on to question 214, when performing an internal audit for coding compliance, which of the following would be suitable case selections for auditing? A, infrequent diagnosis and procedure codes. B, medical and surgical MSDRGs by low dollar and low volume. C, medical and surgical MSDRGs by high dollar and high volume. Or D, low volume admission diagnosis. The correct answer is C because the medical and surgical MSDRGs by high dollar and high volume are the most impactful in terms of financial and compliance risk. A is incorrect because they do not have a major impact due to their low frequency. B, medical and surgical MSDRGs by low dollar and low volume pose a lower risk, which makes them less of a priority. And D, low volume admission diagnosis is also incorrect because they occur rarely. Okay, question 215. An analyst wishes to use a CMI for a set of MSDRGs to determine if a documentation improvement program is having an impact. Use the MSDRG volumes and weights in the following table to calculate the CMI for the 3 MSDRGs. So we have all 4 of our options there for answers. The first MSDRG is the carotid artery stent procedure with MCC, with the weight being 3.9994 and the volume being 100. The second is the carotid artery stent procedure with CC, the weight being 2.2838 and a volume of 52. And lastly, the carotid artery stent procedure without CC or MCC, with a weight of 1.8807 and a volume of 36. The correct answer for question 215 is B, 3.1192, and I'll kind of walk through how I got to that answer. So for calculating case mix index, the first step we have to do is multiply each weight by its volumes. So we would multiply 3.994 times 100, 2.2838 times 52, and 1.8807 times 36. So after we do that, then we have to add all of the volumes together. So we would add 100, 52, and 36, which would equal 188. So the last step to get to case mix index is dividing the total weighted sum by the total volume. So the total weighted sum here, if we add up all of those, is 586.4028, and we would divide that by the total number of volume, which would be 188, which gets us to our answer of 3.1192. And I'll kind of hold it up right here just to show you how I worked it. First, by multiplying the weights by their volumes, adding all of that up, dividing the total weighted sum by the total volume, and ending up with our answer right there. Alright, that is the end of my presentation. I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching.